So are you planning on studying abroad in the United States of America? That's a great opportunity for many families and students. And we have some really beautiful areas, such as the one right behind me here in South Florida, near the Miami area. A lot of great educational opportunities and experiences that you can experience here in Florida. But there are 15 problems I see literally all the time. We're going to be going over those 15 problems that are most common for international students and how to solve them moving forward. So make sure you stay tuned, like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content about relocating to the United States of America. Now, number one issue that most families are going to face when they send their kid to study abroad here in the United States is a housing problem. So studies have shown over 46% of international students face some type of housing issue. Once they arrive here and they land on their flight, something always comes up. The neighborhood is not what they're expecting. They didn't know the area before they arranged an apartment. The dorm is not in the best location for the student to succeed, to be around grocery stores, things that they need in their everyday life. Because let's be honest, you don't really know the area unless you've actually been here. And reaching out to people when you're actually located overseas with a 12-hour time zone difference that you would experience, say, in Thailand or China or Taiwan, Japan, it'd be very difficult to help coordinate all this to get to know what the area is actually like before your student arrives. And the number one way that you can help solve this issue is working with a trusted real estate agent that is, interviewed by a professional that really knows the area well to help find the best fit for you and your child before they arrive on the plane to America. A lot of these real estate agents will work for their clients, and you don't really have to pay most of them out of pocket yourself. You just have to arrange the meeting with the right professionals. And we do this all the time with my company. We're going to get into more of that later. But what's going to be really important that is your child is able to find a very clean, a very safe home for their time here in the United States. Number two issue that is very common for students coming abroad is who is their emergency contact that they can reach out to in the United States in their time zone that can help solve their problem. So once the student arrives, there's going to be a lot of things that they just don't know. If something happens, if they get in a car wreck, if there's an accident, if they just have a general question, who are they able to reach out to until their parents wake up 12 hours later? These are common issues with international students, and a lot of these can be resolved by just using a concierge service, a white glove service, relocation service that help provide a point of contact for your student. If something happens, they can reach out to the company, and the company can help guide them in the right direction, who can contact until they can speak with their parents and give them some comfort. Number three issue that international students experience here in America is our banking system. There are a lot of fees and barriers to actually open a bank account here in the United States. And until you know exactly what documents do you bring to the bank to open it up, it can be quite frustrating to a lot of families and students when they're just trying to move down here and open their bank account so they can function in society. A lot of places down here in America, they only take only Visa, American Express, debit or credit cards. So until you have this established or set up, your child may experience a lot of issues purchasing the products that they want to purchase here in America until their bank is set up. So just knowing beforehand what bank would you like your student to choose that's near their school location can resolve a lot of these issues. Get in touch with the bank, actually call them about what specific documents are needed to actually open a bank account, can resolve a lot of the frustrations that you and your family will experience once you arrive here. Number four issue that kids experience once they arrive here is mental health and loneliness issues. So once they arrive, it's very exciting, it's very new, everything looks different, it's fun. But once their exams start happening and once they actually start living their lives, there may be moments where they just want to talk and know where to reach out for help. If they want to reach out to somebody, say if they have a problem, how to solve, or if they just want somebody who's bilingual that can speak their language and provide some type of comfort for them. What could really help with this is vetting people beforehand to see who might be a best fit for your child, or work with somebody like us who can set you up with a bilingual therapist. Somebody can provide mental health counseling for your child, point them in the right direction, and refer them out to an expert that can help them during their tough times here in America. Number 5 issue is visa concerns. With the current environment here in the world today, visa correctness and visa issues are rising up everywhere. And unless you have an amazing visa immigration attorney lined up, it's going to be very hard to find the top 5% of lawyers here who are qualified, who are experienced with dealing with clients from overseas with massive time zone difference. Here in Florida, there's a lot of people who focus on the Spanish-speaking community, but there's not that many that focus on other communities, such as people from Asia, Eastern Europe. Those communities don't have as many vetted professionals, but with a company like ours, we partnered up with multiple attorneys to help create a referral list right now currently in 4 different states. So if your child is coming to Florida, New York, California, or Washington State, we got you covered. We have attorneys lined up in each of these locations. If you're trying to go to a different state, we can help coordinate that as well. If we have the ability, we'll do the best we can. Number 6 problem that students face once they arrive here is cultural isolation and how to connect with members in community that feel kind of familiar with them. So what our service provides is coaching of how to find these communities, how to network, and to be able to build a new community here once your child arrives that they can feel comfortable with. Number 7 problem, I see this all the time, is purchasing a vehicle. So many international students will go online, they'll find Google, and they'll search up, an affordable vehicle here in the United States of America. But a lot of times those are scams. And until you know what's common, what's a reputable, established website, you may fall into these traps where you send money to somebody who actually doesn't even own the vehicle, and you'll lose thousands and thousands of dollars. That's why it's very important to at least vet who you're purchasing the vehicle with, or work with somebody, some type of agency that allows you to provide some type of confidence that you're not going to get scammed in purchasing a vehicle. Number 8 problem that I see is dietary issues. So unless you know how to navigate and find grocery stores or other type of food sources that you may be familiar with in your country, you may get kind of homesick and you may not be able to find all the nutrition options for you. So definitely work with an agency like ours that provides coaching of where they can go to grocery stores, find produce that's fresh, organic, and healthy for them, so your children get the best nutrition while they're here in America. Because if you did not know, America really ranks pretty high in obesity. We have tons of processed foods that may not be the healthiest options. So unless you know where to find those, it'd be kind of hard to know what grocery stores provide those. Number 9 is going to be academic issues. And one thing, so if you didn't know, I do have my doctorate degree in pharmacy. I studied in university for years and years. I was part of an honors program, tutoring service. And a lot of students don't know where to ask for free tutoring. They don't know where to ask to get help with their chemistry, English classes. And a lot of universities such as Harvard, UCLA, University of Florida, a lot of private universities offer these completely free for their students. So to resolve this, you can, work yourself, spend hours searching online where your child can get access and trying to email them or have your child email these people. Or you can work with an agency like ours who arranges that, researches the campus for them, and directs them in the location to get that excellent tutoring service that they deserve once they're here. Number 10 issue is going back to housing. So a lot of international students, I experienced this over the years, definitely experience issues with their leases. And they don't understand how leases work in America and how strict they can be. They can go after you years later to be liable for damages that you may or may not have done, or say that you'll get fined if you move somebody over to your location. We have a team of real estate agents located in the 4 states. I'll say them again: California, New York, Washington, and Florida. If your child is moving to one of these locations, we can have a trusted real estate agent look over that lease so you have some type of confidence that your child's not getting scammed and they're not getting a lease on something that, again, the person doesn't own. In South Florida, so even though there's a lot of luxurious places here, a lot of people will put these houses for rent online, even they don't own them. And once you wire them the money from overseas, they're gone, they're missing. And this happens all the time. That's, again, why it's really important if you're gonna be relocating over here, your child is gonna be studying abroad, it's really important to work with somebody who knows the area very well, especially for housing. This is by far the #1 issue. Number 11 is going to be medical emergencies. Say a dentist, a veterinarian, they get injured, where do they go to? How does the health system works here? They can look online, you can do research yourself, or if you already have experience, that's amazing. But if you don't, we definitely provide a lot of education to the student before they arrive, and during their time here, if they ever have a question about what should they go to or who should they see, we can definitely provide a recommendation of where should they go, how can they get there, and a general idea of how much it will actually cost, because the issues in America is that you can go bankrupt, you can lose thousands of dollars by going to the wrong clinic here. Now, if you want to have VIP access to medical doctors, we can set that up as well. That is a luxury option that we do provide here about coordinating all this, where you can have a preferred medical doctor here in America once your child arrives. And that's a different discussion that if you wanted to reach out to me and see if we're a good fit for one another, what we can provide with our company, with our team, to help students like yours succeed once they come here to America, we might be a good fit for you. We're not a fit for everybody. We provide very select premium services, a white glove type of service where we only take on a limited amount of students. It may not be for everybody. And again, we're gonna get in that at the very end of the video. Number 12 is understanding our postal office system here, how we mail things, lock boxes. These can be quite confusing. If you're not used to America, the difference between the states, zip codes and everything, how do you mail a package to your child? How does your child mail a package to you? It can be very confusing of how everything works here in the United States. That's why it's great to have some type of orientation package to describe to them how to even write an actual postage stamp on their package. Until you've done it, it's kind of hard to know. Number 13 is scams on textbooks. Again, once your child arrives, there's going to be all these lists of textbooks and supplies they need. And there are a lot of companies in America that are set up just to scam you on buying textbooks. And I've seen this again and again. If you're going to have your child come here, make sure they work with a reputable bookstore, the college, university bookstore, or they know where to refer to online. That's the only way you're gonna prevent these scams moving forward. Number 14 is the part-time job issue. So as things get crazier and stricter with visas and I-9s and these work permits, if you are working with an immigration attorney or lawyer or service for moving or relocating your child over here, you may not be able to work actually. So there might be something that comes up and they might offer your child a job at the bookstore at the university. Well, if they find out they're working, they're not allowed to, they could face deportation, and that could be a worst case scenario, including a fine. So you definitely want to make sure you're referred to a great immigration attorney that understands what is your child allowed to do in the States once they arrive here on a student visa. And number 15 is going to be the parents. The parents are stressed, and that is a major problem for the students. you're going to be in a major time zone difference. You don't know if your child is doing okay. Once things get busy and final exams occur, who's checking on your child? Who's able to see if your child is okay? If you haven't heard from them, can you set up a way to, see if your child's okay? At least a check-in to see if they're studying, if they just go missing. These are things where, again, a program like ours, your first step, if you want to and you feel like this is going to be the right options, if you like the services, if you like the idea that your child has somebody looking out for them once they arrive, your first step is to book the initial consultation. Yes, there is a fee for this. And the reason for this fee is that we're going to spend a good time talking to you, your family, your child, to figure out exactly what service, features from our company do they need. And we're going to provide a very actionable program for them. It's going to be completely customized for your child, because every university is different. Every city is different in the United States of America. We're going to spend hours talking to attorneys to figure out which one will be best for your child if you need legal services. We're going to be vetting, going over different real estate agents to figure out which one will be best for your child, reaching out to the university, seeing what academic tutoring programs are available, who's picking up your child from the airport, setting up their bank account, what's required. We're doing all this individual research for you after the consultation, so that fee goes towards that work. The next step, if you decide to take our services, will be the actual price of our complete package, and the service and the initial consultation fee would be taken away from that purchase price if you choose to go forward. And again, this is a complete white glove premium experience for families just like yours who are thinking about sending their child abroad overseas for the first time, and it provides you a peace of mind. So if you have any questions, want more information, send us a message on our website and we'll love to get back to you and answer your questions. Take care.